Hi friends, in this session we will discuss the revision strategy for CFA and FRM exam. I'm combining both the exams in one video because the same strategy is applicable for both the exams. Now, I never thought I will make video on this particular topic, but recently I was talking with my students and I realized most of the students are doing revision in wrong manner and ultimately it is reducing their revision efficiency. So here I'm providing guidance for the revision. Make sure you apply this strategy to the guidance and definitely it will improve your revision efficiency. So here, what are our assumptions? Assumptions are first, we have 30 days remaining for your exam. This is my assumption. Out of which day 25 to day 30, we have to leave for the last round of revision because this last round of revision is most important. Whatever you revise in the last 5 days, ultimately you'll be able to remember, recall in the exam. Second, from day 21 to 25, I'm starting with day 1 and I hope you understand, day 1 to day 30, so 30 days for the exam. So day 21 to day 25, we are reserving for the crisis management. Crisis management, like if some portion of this revision strategy fails, if you need some extra days or if you need to fix some problem areas, for this we will need day 21 to 25. So for revision, we have day 1 to day 20, total 20 days. So whatever guidance I am providing in this video is related to these 20 days and we will focus on this part only for the day 21 to 25 and 26 to 30th. So for these two things, we can have a separate video, but for now, our focus is on this portion. Now, first point. Before you start your revision, make sure you appear for mock test. And these mock tests should be the institute's mock test, not the third party mock test, not my mock test or any other mock test, institute's mock test. For CFA is mock test, LES mock test. For FRM, GAP also provides mock test. I don't know why students don't know about it. GAP provides 2 rounds of mock tests. So appear for those mock tests first. At least 1 round of mock test is required. Because once you appear for the mock test, your whole revision will be exam oriented. And this is very important. Without appearing for mock test, you are revising, but your approach is not exam oriented. That's why mock test will help you in making your revision exam oriented. Now here, don't try to get any other type of expertise in last 20 days. Just focus on exam. Here our objective is to score good in the exam or clear exam. So that's why exam oriented approach is most important in the revision. Second point, prioritize well prepared concept first. We can focus on unprepared pending area later. If you focus on unprepared pending area, it may end up taking your revision time and you won't be able to revise properly. It will cost heavily on the exam. Okay, so for this reason, focus on well prepared concept first. I'm assuming you're done with the 70-80%. 100% preparation is best case scenario, but my assumption is you are done with the 80-90% preparation like this. This preparation is more than enough to pass exam. So don't bother about finishing 100% exam, 100% preparation. Out of this 90%, also focus on well prepared area first in the revision so that you are able to ensure full score on your well prepared area. Whatever portion of exam comes from your well prepared area, you have to score really good on that area. Trust me, unprepared area or difficult area is for everyone. Smart students are those who focus more on well prepared area and less on underprepared or unprepared area. If you have spare time, you can focus on unprepared, underprepared area. But for now, focus on well prepared area. We need to close that particular portion. Otherwise, without proper revision, you won't be able to perform good in your well prepared area also. Okay, that's the problem. So don't fall for the wrong strategy. Okay, so make sure you follow this. Third, fix day slots for each subject. That's very important. You can be like, I'm taking example of CFA. You can take example of FRM also. Let's give the start with the like fixed income. So from day 1 to day 3, you decide to revise fixed income. I'm assuming 3 days. You can take 4 days if you think you need more time for the fixed incomes revision. Or you can take 2 days if you think like you are good with the fixed income. You don't need more days for the revision, right? So I'm assuming 3 days for the revision of fixed income. Once you decide number of days for individual subject, once that deadline is over, leave that subject and move to next subject. I have seen students dragging their revision to next day, then again next day. Once you develop this habit of dragging your revision to next day, ultimately you will end up compromising 1 or 2 subjects. If you want to avoid it, straight recommendation, make sure you leave that subject that subject at the end of your deadline. This gives a very different type of advantage. When you think about 20 days for the revision of say 10 subjects, see what happens. Your brain is always thinking about 20 days. For brain, 20 days is like, oh, we have 20 days. So your brain will be revising, or you will be revising slowly. But once you think about 3 days, automatically your deadline is closer and revision will be faster. And if you think about dragging that revision to the fourth day, fifth day, then that pressure is gone. That's why I'm saying you have to tell yourself, I will leave my revision at the end of the third day. I'm assuming third day, 3 days for the fixed income. I will leave my revision at the end of the third day, and whatever is the deadline for individual subjects. Recommended revision time, I'll tell for the, this is recommended. You may increase or decrease this. For FRM, and we are assuming 20 days. For FRM, around 4 days for book 3, 3 days for book 2, 4 days for book 4, 2 days for book 1. That's the recommended part. For the CFA, ethics 1 day, corporate issuer at max 1.5 day, quants at max 2 days, FSA 3 to 4 days. Then we have economics at max 2 days, fixed income 3 days is recommended, portfolio management 2 days, because only 2 topics are large, rest of the topics are theory and can be quickly finished. And also you can check my revision video on the portfolio management's first 2 topics. In 2 hours we are done with whole revision. So just imagine, in 2 hours you're done with the revision. Very simple. Now fixed income, I told you, alternative investment at max 1.5 day, and derivatives 1.5 day at max. That's it. So we are done. And equity 2 days at max. Okay, so you're ready. Maybe like you can take less than 1 or 2 days. Less than 1.5 day. 1 day is recommended in most of the cases, but I'm just giving you the additional time, and you may take the total, and it is possible the total of these days is going beyond 20th day, maybe 22 days total revision time is coming for the CFA. I just give the broad idea, the recommended revision days. Okay, so yeah, that's the recommendation, like how you should do the revision of individual subjects. Now, while doing the revision, focus on recalling instead of reading individual line or individual paragraph concepts and so on. Just open that page, look at the context, learning objective or the topic, what topic is there. Try to recall as much as possible. Like, okay, what I know about, let's say, we are in the bond valuation. So what I know about the bond valuation, if you are using, let's say, revising the FSA, financial statements analysis, then maybe in inventories part, what happens if there is an inflation, how LIFO, FIFO method affects the current ratios and so on, like this. Okay, this type of revision you have to follow. Try to recall more. In case you are unable to recall, then read quickly. Okay, that should be the approach. You can ignore or move fast through the explanation part, because remember, for any exam, key points and numerical part is for testable area of the exam. Explanation is to explain you why that key point is there. For example, if the yield increases, bond price decreases, then there is an explanation behind why this happens. Now the testable area is this particular key point. If the yield increases, bond price decreases. Explanation, like if the yield increases, the higher discounting rate and all that part is for the understanding. Learning objectives are on the key point. Learning objectives are generally not on the understanding. Understanding is for your understanding. Once you understand, you understand. That's it, right? So that's why I said focus on recalling, focus on key points, focus on the numerical areas and questions part. Then numerical concepts and key points. I already told you numerical concepts and key points are most important. Reading line by line is complete wastage of revision time. Okay, so if you are reading it, you are like as good as preparing, right? So don't read whole thing, recall it. Then this revision schedule, whole revision schedule, should or must include questions part. So whatever questions like you practiced till this particular point, you have to incorporate revision of those questions in this This is very important for CFA, slightly less important for FRM. For FRM students, and if you're my student, I will give you the separate note on like what to do in the same video. Just let me address the CFA students first. In CFA, LES questions are most important. In your revision schedule, LES questions are part of your revision. So you have to go through those questions again. In that also focus on answers. Instead of reading whole question, just read the answers, and if there is a numerical question, read the question. Try to think about, okay, what you do in that particular situation, and see the answer. If whatever you thought is according to the answer, you're sorted. Don't solve it again and move to the next question, because remember, we have a lot of questions in the LES, and we have to revise those all questions as fast as possible. So that's my recommendation for the CFA students. Now for the FRM students, for the practice part, just focus on whatever we discussed in the video classes. That's more than sufficient for your exam, question bank and mock test. That's it. Okay. So don't try to add any extra questions in your revision schedule. Okay. Just focus on whatever we discussed in the videos or the classes. Those who are not my students, focus on whatever you practice till this particular point, and that should be sufficient. Okay. So that's all for the revision part. If you have any specific questions related to the revision, feel free to comment on this video. Okay, so that's all for this video. Bye bye, take care, and all the best for the exam.